make this one super simple. So what I did, we purchased a duplex that was condized, which is very nice. So now we got a duplex that's 2 deeds. We showed up at the property. One of them was already rented for 6 months to a military guy. He paid everything on time, which is very nice. And then the other side, the sellers just basically just want out. They're going to move down to Florida into a trailer, I believe. I believe they're still there. Yeah. Great people. So what happened? So it wasn't expired. So, I mean, I certainly love showing up at a house where you show up at one house, you get 2 deeds. I'm 100% with that. So we bought each side, and I'll just take this one at a time. That way it doesn't get too complicated. Each side we bought for $152. We sold. I'll just do this one as.
And how much they owe, Zach, before you go sell?
What they owe on each?
I want to say 117-ish. We were giving them like 35 grand at the end on each unit.
Yeah, it looks like
that's
this
the
one.
general number. Like
yeah.
Call it 112 so we can just do round numbers. They owe roughly 1 teens.
112 apiece. I think they actually owe 2 different ones. Be honest with you. 152. Then we sold for 184. And these are a 3-bedroom, 2-bath duplexes right next to each other. So payday 1, we got $20K right off the bat in payments. Payday 2, it looks like we got a spread here. We're actually only paying them $944 a month, which is nice. $290 in principal. So what happens is you're going to get $400 extra. 400 extra.
If any numbers lose you, okay?
Yeah, $400 extra a month. We're also, and a lot of you guys use this technique. They're paying $200 extra towards the purchase price every month. So on top of the principal, now you're getting an additional. So instead of $290, we're really getting $490 now, basically. But that's going to again count towards the purchase price. So that's payday 2, and that's 36 months. That's over 14,000, a little over 14,000 per month. I mean, for those 36 months, plus you got 72 towards the purchase price with that as well. Which making, so that's number 1, 2, 3. And I don't know, Chris, do you count the 72 towards the purchase price as payday 2 or payday 3?
Part of 2.
70 what?
So it's 72 additional. So they're paying $200 extra a month for 72 months. 72.
Principal pay down.
That's just, yeah, it's payday 3.
Payday 3. That's what I thought. Okay.
It's one of the paydays.
No, I know. I wanted to get technical here. And then at the back end, you're getting 1614 at the cash out. So altogether, 57,956 on a condo.
Per unit.
Per unit. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll look too sexy.
14,000?
7,200.
Oh, the 7,200 is, so what they're doing is, so the payment per month, we're getting $1,350 per month. Yep, so we're getting $1,350 per month, and we owe them $944 a month. So the spread is $406 per month already. And then what we're doing is they're paying an additional $200 per month towards the purchase price.
Part of their down payment.
On their down payment. Yeah, so that's $7,200. And so that would essentially be part of payday 3, but they're paying it up front.
It's 1, you're right. Yeah, I said the wrong answer. I was
Trying to do 2 things, Zach, at once.
Yeah, no worries. So all in all, it comes to 57,556 was the total on that one. And on the second one, we actually had a tenant buyer in place already. So what we did was, so he rented for an additional 6 months before the 36 months starts. Because when you guys have a tenant buyer in place or a tenant in place already, make sure that the lease purchase does not start until they move out. Ideally. I mean, I'd try my absolute best every time. So what we did is you take that 57,956 because we actually put another tenant buyer that happened to be a family member of the first one both military, right? Both ex-military. No, one was ex-military. The other one is a chef, I believe.
Family, they want to live next to each other.
But
Pretty cool setup.
they did the exact same thing. They wanted to pay an additional $200 every month towards the purchase price. Similar numbers up front with the deposit. It was a little lower. It was $18,500. But the original 6 months, you get an additional principal pay down of $1,740 because that's $290 times 6. Plus, you get a spread of, I think we were charging him $1,300 a month originally. So you get an additional spread of $356 times 6 months. So add on another $5,000 to this one. So it was about 63 or 62,000 for the 29B.
We did try to convert him. Any tenant you want to try to convert, right, to the rent-own. But I forget why. Was he leaving the area or something? But it wasn't a fit for him, so he just cleaned it and left.
And that was a bunch of moving pieces. So please let me know.
Yeah, there are a bunch of moving pieces. Was this one owner to begin with?
Just
Yeah.
repeat it, Zach.
Both sides that had it rented out to different people?
Yes. So our question was, is there one owner for both sides? Yes. So it's one owner for both sides. What they did is they built it themselves. They lived on one side, and they had a renter on the other side.
So when you guys got it, you only had to negotiate with the one seller, but the two different entities were different? You
They
don't
just
know?
in that state they condoed it instead of a common ownership house. And it's not a two-family. It's two condos. That's all it is. They lived in one, and the beauty of this deal is they left. So now we got an empty house we can fill today. Meanwhile, the cash flow on the rental almost paid for both mortgages, just about. Well, we filled it right away anyway. But if we didn't, it was okay. It was a slight negative, like a few
Yeah,
hundred bucks.
944 on both sides, roughly, give or take, about a little over 900 on both sides. So it was 1,800 for both condos.
And they were identical?
Oh, identical. Yep, they were built, I think, in like '08 too, or
Yeah.
they were fairly new. I wasn't sure why they were actually going to leave, but wasn't the best area in the world. But because of the situation, it worked out great. So yeah, they picked up and left, and we were able to capitalize that. As soon as we had one in there, we had positive cash flow right off the bat.
How long did it take y'all to find a buyer?
That was quick, actually.
Yeah, the first one was really quick. Apparently, well, it was in Putnam, Connecticut, and apparently in like Sturbridge or right over the line, there's a military community where they recruit. So he ended up being there, and actually the guy on the left-hand side that was renting did relatively the same thing. So we were able to find him pretty easily on that end. Great family, and then they're the ones that then told I think it was the two brothers or
Sister, whatever.
or two sisters. They got them into the next one. So they actually came in just so for circumstance purpose. The second side, or the family member that came in second, came in with less money up front. But because they were family members, it worked out great because they're all going to live together, and we're able to make something happen. And the sellers themselves are really flexible. So 36 months, I wouldn't see it being an issue to extend it.
Who ends up being, do you have now two owners or just one owner?
It's a lease purchase. The one owner is gone. They own both units, separate deeds. Two separate deals with the rent-own buyers. They happen to be family, but
They're gonna end up being
two separate owners.
Yeah,
Yep.
correct. So let's just pretend they're not connected.
Yeah.
It's two houses. It's two houses. They just happen to share a common wall.
Did you have to pick a two-family to show these guys?
Well, I wanted to
I'm only
show 'em
kidding. I wanted
something
to see it.
different. Jesus, this guy. We got him sold, didn't we?
All right, he'll repeat the question so you don't have to run the mic. Go ahead.
You go ahead, Greg.
I know you mentioned they were paying an additional $200 per month on the first unit. Is that because you mentioned a down payment assistance program on that you match it?
No, the down payment wasn't high enough when Nick sat down. So the question at the buyer, Nick's going to go over this exact thing in a few minutes here after Adam, but the question was, okay, we're not quite where we need to be for the down payment. What could you afford to do each month? Like the deal I showed you yesterday, I talked to you guys about in the JV day. And they came up with, you never know, they said 200, and that's what Nick ended up doing. Thanks so much for watching that video. I'm going to try to come out with more and more deal structuring videos so that you know exactly how to navigate the sometimes tricky waters of doing deals all on your terms. That means no cash, no credit, no chasing investors, none of that. You being able to navigate on deals. Now, how would you like to do those deals on your own? like clockwork, every single month, eventually one a week. How would you like to do that? How would you like to be putting those 3 paydays in your pocket that consistently? Well, there's one way to do it if you haven't done it yet, and that's to jump on our Quantum Leap System home study program. It's right here below. Click the link, grab the QLS. If you're serious about making this year your breakthrough year, you'll be able to do the same deal structuring that we're showing right now. The big difference is, instead of watching, you'll be putting the dollars in your pocket. Hey, be sure to subscribe below as well so you don't miss any of these videos. Look, I don't know if you're going to take action on the QLS. You should right below here, but if you don't, definitely don't miss any of these videos. Subscribe below, and I look forward to seeing you on the future videos. Take care.